Hello everyone and welcome back to class. I'm Joel Sutton. Today we're going to make an adorable little ghost in Adobe Illustrator. We're going to look at a variety of different tools and techniques to help you improve your vector graphic design. We're going to use the pen tool, the select and direct select tools. We're going to make shapes with the lasso tools, and we're going to learn to move anchors and manipulate anchors with the direct select tool as well. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started, shall we? Step 1, let's make a new file. We're going to make sure we're going to use a print file just in case you want to print it later. I'm going to choose A4. Always check your units. As I'm focusing on design work that often gets translated into laser cutting files, I want to be precise and work with millimeters. We don't need a bleed, that can be set to 0, and then I prefer CMYK again just in case we print. Press create. Now here we go. I'm going to zoom in just to fill up a bit of our space. No problem there. First thing we're going to do is we're going to use the Ellipse tool. Press the letter L on the keyboard or long press on the square over here, the rectangle tool, to get the ellipse. I'm going to press and hold and drag, and I'm going to hold down the Shift key on my computer keyboard to lock in a perfect circle. Next, I want to add 2 anchor points here because I'm going to stretch this. If I were to stretch it now, I could use my select tool and I could grab the bottom of it, but it also stretches the top and the bottom, making it uneven, almost like an egg. What I want to do is just stretch the bottom. So I'm going to use the pen add anchor tool. Now, how do we add anchors to a path? We press the plus key on the keyboard, the plus key, and we'll notice that when we do that, we have a little plus next to the pen tool. With that, I'm going to select the path and just click on it. Not really selecting it, but just clicking on it. And we'll notice that that has created 2 new anchor points. Now, if I use this select tool, I cannot move those anchor points. They're locked in. I can rotate, resize, do all kinds of things. So we're going to switch to the direct select tool so that I can select that anchor point. And I'm going to select, in fact, all those bottom 3 anchor points. With that, I can then drag them down. This creates an elongated shape, almost like a face. Next, I want to remove the anchor point on the bottom. Just the same way we added by pushing the plus, we can subtract by minusing 1 there. Notice now we have kind of a flattened shape on the bottom with a rounded top. But we're not done. What I want to do next is add a bunch of extra anchor points across the bottom. Now that I've got those, I'm going to switch back to my direct select tool and I'm going to pull these down, every other one, to create kind of a ghost looking shape. You may need to add and remove anchors to make just the right shape as you want it to be. Do feel free to take a moment and experiment with this. Finally, I want to curve these little anchors on the side as they don't quite line up just right. To do that, I'm going to adjust the handles on them using my direct select tool. By adjusting those anchors, we can smooth it out. Beautiful. Now I have the body of my ghost. Next, I want to zoom in just a little bit and I'm going to create the eyes. To do the eyes, I'm going to use the ellipse tool again with the letter L. I'm going to drag one eye, and then I'm going to drag another eye on the other side. Don't worry about making them exactly the same, unless that's what you want. With those eyes, I'm now going to create several smaller eyes around it, creating kind of an eerie ghost-like look. There we go. Next, I'm going to select each of the eyes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I do that by using my select tool and holding down the shift key on the keyboard. With each of them selected, I am now going to fill them with a solid dark color by double clicking on my fill tool. And in this case, I'm going to pick a dark gray. Press OK, and there we go. We have our creepy ghost eyes. Now I want to make some wings. Ooh, how do we do that? Well, to do that, I'm going to start with one side only. I will copy that wing and invert it to the other side. We're going to use the Pen tool. So press P on your keyboard or select the Pen tool up here from your tool palette. One thing that helps is to initially draw the shape of the wing just by drawing straight lines to give you kind of an idea of where you want this wing shape to go. And for me, I want it to look something like that. But this is really straight and blocky. So now that I understand how I want it to go, and I understand that it's made from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 anchor points, I can now draw it with some curves. I'm going to start with an anchor point where the ghost is. I'm going to draw up to where that top is meant to be, where it's going to curve, but this time I'm going to hold the mouse down and drag and point in the direction I want the wing to go. As I get to the outer edge of the wing, I'm going to click again, and I'm going to turn around to create a pointy direction. Alternatively, I could just simply click and drag, hold down the Option or Alt key on the PC to turn the anchor to go back towards the body. This is going to let me change the direction of these curves. It will take some definite practice, but with a bit of practice, you will be able to easily draw yourself your ghost wing in whatever shape you want it to be. So I am not going to take the time to refine this. If I wanted to, I would use my direct select, A on the keyboard, to select those anchors and then to adjust the curves in whichever directions I want. It doesn't have to be perfect the first time because you can always come back and change this by making your anchor handles longer or shorter to make your curves bigger or smaller. So take your time and adjust it to find the shape that works for you. Once you've got it done, then what you're going to want to do is copy it by simply holding down the Option key and dragging it. Or you can select it with your Select tool, copy and paste it, Command C, Command V. Once you have a copy, you can right click on it and we are going to transform it and we are going to reflect it. This gives us a mirror image. Press OK. And now we can move this to the other side. And once we zoom out, we can see our cute little ghost wings. Yay! Now, if I was to laser cut this, for example, cut this piece out of black acrylic and all these circles out of black, but the body out of white, I would definitely have a problem where they're overlapping. If we turn on a view called Outline by pressing Command Y, we can see all the paths that make up our ghost. And right now we can see the paths overlapping. What we need to do is get rid of these little pieces that overlap there and on the other side. How do we do this? Select the ghost and all of its parts. Then we're going to switch tools to what's called the Shape Builder tool. The Shape Builder tool will combine or subtract pieces away from each other where they overlap. Using the Shape Builder tool, I'm going to click on the body of the ghost and drag a line over the part I want to combine. This is going to effectively cut off and erase that tiny little spot where the wings overlapped. I will do it again on the other side. So, just to remind you, what we did is we have to select both the wings and the body, switch to the Shape Builder, and then draw a line connecting all the parts you want to merge into a single shape. There we go. Now, if we turn off this view the same way by going to Window and going back to Preview where we can see our colors. And we can now see how the wings line up perfectly with the edge of the ghost's body. Now finally, we're going to create a fun little mouth. To do this, what we're going to do is we're going to draw another ellipse, a horizontal one, but I'm going to this time switch to my direct select tool, grab the anchor point on the top of the mouth, and drag it down to create a curve. If you want to make the grin lopsided, feel free to adjust those anchor points and the curves however you see fit to create just the smile you want for your ghost. There we go. Feel free to select different parts of the ghost and experiment with color, such as adding a fill color to the inside of the mouth, or changing the ghost's body to be whatever color you prefer. Finally, when you're done with that, feel free to make another ghost to practice making variations in wing sizes, shapes, and styles, and give your picture a background. Where is your ghost? Is it flying in a night sky? Is it flying over a scary castle? Whatever you can imagine, you can build with patience and practice. All right, thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video and learned something. Let me know what you think in the comments on how I can improve the video, or if you think I did something well, I appreciate that too. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. I do appreciate it, and I'll talk to you later. Thank you. Bye-bye.